If you guys are looking for some cheap coins on FC25, make sure you check out MMOEXP.com. Their link is down in the description. They're fast, cheap, and reliable. And if you use my code Rema, you can get yourself a lovely 5% discount. So what's up guys, it's Ash here and welcome back to a brand new video. We're on the second account today. This is kind of just an account I run with a friend just to have some fun. And yeah, today we have some 4-4-1-1 custom tactics. It's a really good defensive formation and it's also very good in the attack. The reason it's so good in the defense is because of that 2 banks of 4, and then obviously in the attack you can put all these crazy instructions on to make it cook as well. Now, just before we get into the video, I would appreciate it if you could drop it a thumbs up, as it does really help me out. Also sub to the channel if you are new, and don't forget to turn on those notifications. And I also don't know if any of you are having the same issues I am with this game. I'm finding it very hard to enjoy it in its current state. I think I'm not usually a big advocate for EA having to patch a game early, but I think this game desperately needs it. I'm not going to go into detail, but I think this game, you know, has a lot that needs fixing before I think I can start to fully enjoy it. But at least we've got the tactic system, which is pretty fun. And yeah, let's get right into today's video, guys. Okay then guys, so starting off with the tactics for this 4-4-1-1, obviously we have the tactical preset on custom. This is so we can make the changes that we want. Make sure you're not just using the preset, otherwise you can't actually change anything. And then for the actual formation, it's this one here. It's the 4-4-1-1. So it's like those 2 banks of 4, and then that 1 cam, and then that 1 striker. So this is the one that we should be using. For the build-up style, guys, I like having this on balance personally, as I think it's a lot more varied in terms of AI. I think it's a lot more controlled, and I think you have more options overall. So essentially, when you use balance, guys, sometimes your players opt to come short, and other times they decide to make those runs. So it's like a mix between having short passing and counter at the same time. But if you want to use something else because you're more comfortable with that, then that is absolutely fine. That is the beauty of this tactic system. There is no right or wrong. Now, for this defensive approach, I've currently just been leaving it on default. So I've just left my line height on 50. This is because I don't want my defenders getting through-balled all the time, and I like to manually defend as much as possible, so I don't really need that automatic press that some people like. That being said, if you want to manually adjust the line to pick a value you want, or if you want to make it, you know, like an aggressive defense or a really deep defense, you can also do that. It's completely up to you what you do with that. Now, moving on to the main part of the tactics, which is the player roles. So without the ball, this is obviously what it looks like. So when we're defending, this is the shape that it's going to be in. It's going to be that base 4-4-1-1, which is why this is such a good formation, because its defensive shape is naturally pretty good if you look at it. So that's what it looks like without the ball, but then with the ball, this is more what it looks like. So we're going to quickly break down all of the roles on each player, why we use what we use, and yeah, hopefully it will help you out. Something I might also add is it's perfect. It's best if you can get the players with the role ++ or the role plus in the roles that you have on, but don't worry about it too much. You can see I've got a player out of position, but yeah, you want to aim to have players with that role plus or ++, but again, don't absolutely force it if you know, if you like, don't just pick up a player for the sake of them having a role ++. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, for the striker, we have them on poacher and attack. So this is going to be a player that's going to make all those runs, and their sole purpose is to score those goals for us. So it's really useful to have on the striker, as you've always got that somebody running in behind, always somebody to play in, always somebody to finish off those chances. So poacher plus is really good. Poacher plus as well, or just normal poacher. Just this role in general is really good on a striker. Now for this cam, you can see my player's out of position, Katoto. She's not a cam, but we have her on playmaker. Now the reason we do this is because they always look to be that creative player in behind the striker, just below the striker. You can see on the heat map the space they cover. It's that central area. They're always going to be looking to roam that area and play in the striker or the players around them. So this position is very important, and I probably should actually pick up a proper cam, but you know, it still works, I can guarantee you that. For the right mid and the left mid guys, we have them on the inside forward plus role, and we put their focus on balanced as opposed to attack. Now inside forward is really good because they start their runs out in that wider area and then transition more into a central area to get closer to the rest of the team, get closer to the striker, and get more chances on goal. So it's like a very much start out wide, cut inside kind of movement, and it's really really, really effective. It's much harder for the AI to pick up, I've noticed, than you know, the other instructions. You just seem to get a lot more out of the left mid and right mid on this instruction, in my opinion. So roll plus, so the roll is inside forward, and then we also have them on balance so that they're not too crazy going forward, and they still offer some defensive support, you know. Well, they're always going to get back into shape even if they're on attack, but it's just a lot easier for them to get back in when they are unbalanced. Now, for the two centre mids, guys, the left centre mid, I have a holding player. So I have Rodri, and I pop him on the holding role. The reason we do this is because it, you know, protects your back line. You know, there's that player there that is always looking to control the game. They kind of just sit in front of the defence and, you know, they kind of dictate the play a bit. It's a little bit like a deep line playmaker, but they're kind of more of like a guardian as opposed to somebody that is always looking to create. So holding is really good, and it's good on players like Rodri or somebody that has that plus or plus plus. For the right centre mid, I use more of a box-to-box in Warren Zaire-Emery. So the role is box-to-box, so they're going to get up and down the pitch. Again, you can see on the heat map that they are constantly up and down, which is really, really good. It's nice to have that balance of a holding player and then a box-to-box next to them when you have that dual centre mid setup. And again, we have their focus on balanced. And yeah, now moving on to the fullbacks, which is really important. So obviously without the ball, this is what it looks like. So we've got two fullbacks here, and then on the ball, the right back, you can see we've got them on the attacking wing back role. Now the reason we do this is because as you can see, if you just ignore this right back here, the rest of the team is quite narrow, so we don't have a lot of width in the team. So by putting this fullback on attacking wing back plus, it means they're going to add that width to the team, which is really useful, especially when you've got this forward cutting inside. So you've got this forward cutting inside and then this wing back overlapping them, so you've got width and players in the narrow area. It's that really good balance. And then to ensure we do have that balance defensively, the other fullback, so in my case the left back, Dallo, we pop them on the role of fullback and then the focus on defend. Now the reason we put them on defend is because it makes it more of a back three, as you can see here. So he actually acts as like a left centre back when we're on the ball. Now this is really effective because it means we're really nice and defensively solid if we just lose out on possession, as opposed to him joining the attack as well. So like if we were to put him on wing back, you can see we'll only have two centre backs then, which is not sufficient enough to defend a counter attack. So by having him on that full-back defender role, he joins that back line as a centre back and makes us nice and defensively solid while still having a really good attack when we are on the ball. For those two centre backs, you can use the role you prefer. I would suggest defender. But on this middle one, for example, here, you could put like ball playing defender, and that is absolutely fine. It's just what you're comfortable with. I personally like the defender role, but you guys might prefer something else, and that is absolutely okay. For the goalkeeper, I just have them on the default setting here. And yeah, that is pretty much it. But yeah, guys, they are my tactics and roles for this 4-4-1-1. If you guys have enjoyed or found it useful, please be sure to drop it a thumbs up. Sub to the channel if you are new so you never miss out on any videos. And don't forget to turn on those notifications. And yeah, with all that said, guys, hope you have a great rest of your day. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out, guys. Take care.